The building was built in 1903. We purchased the building in May of 2002. The building was in very, very poor shape. There was a lot of infill of cinder block, tin, plywood, trying to keep the elements out of the building. In late 2002, we hired the preservation architect, David Hoffman. He spent the majority of 2003 redrawing the building and coming up with a 7-phase master plan for its restoration. In 2004, we began trying to raise money for restoring the building. We were able to restore pretty much the entire building, but we still lacked the funds to open up the museum component. Between 2010 and 2013, we put together an additional capital campaign to build out the exhibits, and we opened on November the 13th.
The mission of the Chisholm Trail Museum here in Cuero really celebrates the ranching culture of South Central Texas. And it's also around historic preservation and restoration. If you take a look at our campus, the buildings we have here have all been restored and preserved as an honor and testament to those pioneers that came before us. The Michael C. Duda Award for Historic Preservation has helped us tremendously. The actual dollars that the foundation was gracious enough to award us has helped us begin the preservation and restoration of 2 buildings here on the campus. The expansion of the museum allows us to do several things. Showcase our incredible collections that we already have on campus that at times are not open to the public year-round. We are going to continue our efforts to fundraise and to ensure that the project is completed and done in a way that makes not only our patrons, but all of Texas proud. And again, thanks to the Michael C. Duda Award for Historic Preservation, we were able to start this project and this journey.
Flower Hill is the home to the Smoot family. 3 generations of Smoots lived here at the house. They moved here from Bowling Green, Kentucky in 1876. Richmond Kelly Smoot was a Presbyterian minister. He wanted to come down here and start a church. Bought 5 acres of land west of Austin, and the home was built very quickly. It was completed in November of 1877, originally just as a 4-room home. Since we won the Michael C. Duda Award for Preservation, we have assembled our team together for the foundation work here at the home. We've completed all of our architectural and structural drawings, and we have started the process to gear up to do the work itself. We are planning for the work to begin at the end of this year, in the fall of 2026. We'll be adding pier and beam to help fortify the walls of the cellar, and then securing the rest of the building from the cellar all the way up to the roof, and just stabilizing the west side of the house, and then repinning and rebuilding the front of west side of the porch. These plans were instrumental, obviously, to getting the work done, but really the whole journey was really important, because with a historic property, obviously there's so many nuances, and this journey's taken us a little longer than we originally imagined. These are the architectural drawings for the foundation work. It outlines the west side of the house and the issues we were having with the sloping and the way that the cellar was giving way on the west side of the home. This is the downstairs bathroom where you can see the cracking and the issues that we're having and how they're going to restore those walls once the cellar level is complete. I feel so lucky to have received the Michael C. Duda Award because I really feel like it was one of the first organizations that believed in us and believed in the work that we were doing. And I don't know if it was just because of getting this award, but everything sort of fell in place shortly after that. A preservation award that supports the building structure itself is so crucial, especially for us in the Historic House Museum world. Many people want to support programming or the collections or small projects within that, but the structure of the historic home itself is our most important collection items. And the funds were instrumental in getting the work to begin this fall.
The very first thing that we did with the Duda Award was that we had the building hand scraped to protect the original wood. We had to really search for a painter because we wanted to make sure that we got someone who would appreciate the building. We found a young woman, a business owner here, worked very intensely with her, hand brushed so that it looked authentic. That took months. That took months, and that was okay. We wanted it done right. All the damaged wood had to be fixed and replaced. They took wood from the west side of the building and pieced all the parts that were damaged so the front would look exactly as it does now. Then they came in and hand planed new wood to match the old siding because they don't make this size siding anymore. We've had new porches built, so the porches are sturdy. When you walk, they don't wobble anymore. We've had new railings put on, and they match the originals based on the pictures we have, the original pictures that we do have. We did have to replace the pillars here, the columns. Unfortunately, we discovered that they were being held up by dirt daubers. You know, 100 years worth of dirt dauber nests. Our ramp is ADA compliant. For those who've lived here a long time or those who grew up here and then they've been away for a while and they come back, they drive up and they just kind of go, wow. They're excited about the transformation. It's a generational transformation. My husband's great-grandfather and grandfather, they donated the land that this building sits on. His family went to school here. And so many of our community, their grandparents and great-grandparents went to school here. And we were afraid that maybe our kids would be the last generation of kids that went to activities here. But they won't be. Because of the Michael C. Duda Award, they won't be. Because this building will be preserved. How do you say thank you for something that we never thought could happen? There were so many people who told us, this can't happen. other people will see that it can happen for them as well. That maybe we can change some things in Texas, in little bitty towns and little bitty communities. Maybe our success will spur some other successes too. The Michael C. Duda Award, I imagine he never heard of Wheelock, Texas, you know? We're not even a town. We're a bump in the road. It was really important to us that they know that this meant so much to us. 50 years from now, 100 years from now, this will make such a difference in our community. And that his family realizes how much we appreciate this. And that, we hope we made him proud. We would have lost this building, but we won't now.